You know what changes? Everything. Times change. Technology changes. People change. Sometimes it seems overnight. You can resist it. You can adapt to it. But you can't ignore it. Our thinking is to lead it by changing the way we work, changing the way expectations are met, leading clients and the practice of law forward. You know what that changes? Everything.
Hi, and welcome to Take 5 with the Top 50 CEOs. It's the video interview series where we speak to Atlantic Business Magazine's 2020 Top 50 CEO Award winners. We are going to ask each of them just 5 questions each in an effort to find out what makes them tick and how these successful leaders lead. My name is Dawn Chafe. I am the co-owner and executive editor of Atlantic Business Magazine. I'm joined here today by Dallas Mercer. Dallas is the founder, president, and CEO of Dallas Mercer Consulting. Welcome, Dallas.
The original idea actually to start the company came when I was actually working for Workers' Comp, and I was assigned to the Bull Arms site, and it was the Hibernia construction project. So I'm probably dating myself now. And I remember there were so many contractors on site, and I was there representing workers' compensation. And I remember several times having the thought that, geez, if I was working for the contractors, I would be able to get so much more accomplished, because they really don't understand what's required of them. And when I left Workers' Comp to join the Newfoundland Labrador Employers Council, where I was the advisor on workers' compensation and occupational health and safety, I truly realized that employers need something. They need a service to help them navigate the workers' comp system. And I also realized that, having worked at Workers' Comp when I was there, I didn't truly have an appreciation for the money that was being spent and how that impacted employers. So I guess the universe has a way of delivering what you put out there. So a marriage and a move to Montreal presented the opportunity for what I had envisioned. At the time, I could speak some French. So I got a job with a small company who was doing exactly what I had pictured, helping companies with their workers' compensation claims. And I stayed with that company for a few months, and then I left to start DMC. So DMC was originally incorporated in Quebec, although my first clients were in Newfoundland and Labrador, and then we moved back to Newfoundland and Labrador so I could grow the business. We were living in Montreal, and I had just started DMC, we were there. We had moved to Montreal for my husband's work. So, I really thought that if we moved back to Newfoundland and Labrador, that I could really make this business take off, because that's where I had got my start, and that's where companies knew me. So I thought, if only I could be in Newfoundland, I really think I could grow this. So, we decided to pack up and moved back to Newfoundland. I didn't have a real solid plan other than I was going to grow the business. So I got to say, there were some sleepless nights saying, oh my God, what have I done? Is this going to work out? But one client at a time, and staying true to our values and the philosophy about why I started the business, and it started to grow. So it's been a real exciting time. The biggest reward, of course, I love seeing our clients succeed through our help, and that's always extremely rewarding. But I got to say, the absolute biggest reward for me is my staff. It's truly amazing to see them share my enthusiasm and drive for our clients. Somehow, I have been able to assemble a remarkable team that spans 3 provinces, and they all share my passion. So I take such pride in their success and their progress. I get such joy when they buy a house, or, buy a new car, or they get a new puppy, or they're getting married. That is such a big reward for me. Now, that's not, I take responsibility for that as well, from the perspective of ensuring that the business is stable and that the business is progressive. So I take that responsibility very seriously to ensure their success as well. I think if you look up tenacious, it means, holding firm or determined, persistent, never given up. Relentless probably got similar definitions, persistent, never given up. So, I consider them compliments. I think I've always had these qualities. professionally and personally, and they've served me well. I'm not afraid to take on tough, often complex issues. And I think if not for a bit of tenacity and being relentless, we wouldn't have as much success for our clients. And I think I'm also really fortunate that most of the DMC staff share these traits. So I think that's much to the chagrin of some of the organizations on the receiving end of these traits. I don't think I'll ever consider myself an expert. I don't think I'm ever going to want to stop learning. So it may never be enough if it's the right thing. I do really enjoy learning, but I think I also feel like I was late to the party. I spent a lot of time when I first started my business staying close to home. I adopted our son from Kazakhstan. So for a few years, I stayed close. I didn't really do a whole lot. So I felt like I had to catch up. So the Wallace McCain Institute, that opportunity came along at the perfect time for me. We had just had a bit of a rough year in the business, and I felt very fortunate to get accepted into the program. I felt like I had won the lottery, and I was the first female Newfoundlander to ever get accepted into the program, which I was very proud of. What Nancy Mathis and a couple of others have created in the Wallace McCain Institute is nothing short of spectacular. It forced me way outside my comfort zone, not only to learn, but also to share. It was a big commitment for me to travel to New Brunswick every month. It was about 3 days, as you know, traveling from Newfoundland. You got to get there, either fly to Nova Scotia or fly to New Brunswick. Either way, it takes a lot of time. But I can't tell you the impact it had on DMC, but also on me personally. It was a huge shift for me. My cohort, my group with the Wallace McCain Institute have become my trusted advisors. They always tell me what I need to hear, not necessarily what I want to hear. So I think that, that's something that will be with me. I will never lose that. But there's also, other reasons to learn. Sometimes you're not ready for some important piece of information in your business. You might not be ready to receive that. It might be a book, or it might be a seminar that you attended. And depending where you are in your entrepreneurial journey, sometimes you need to hear things at different times. I can reread a business book, read it, and then a year later read it, and I hear something totally different and think, God, I can't believe I didn't hear that before. But I wasn't ready to hear it, or the business wasn't in a place where it was the right time to hear it. So I think you always need to be staying up on things and rereading and learning, because you hear different things when you're ready to hear them. Mentors are important. I've had many, and they've been a lot of them have been through a lot, and to give some guidance and advice, I think is really valuable. I think we're really fortunate in Atlantic Canada that we have many business leaders who are so eager to help and provide any guidance or advice or an introduction, if you need it. And I think that, I don't know, as Atlantic Canadian entrepreneurs, if we take advantage of that as much as we should. So I don't think it's about my judgment or decision making. I think it's just really about, constantly wanting to learn and to meet people, making sure you've considered all the angles. So I think, it's not necessarily about working on my professional development. I see it as just learning and growing and helping DMC and myself on the journey. It's true, many of my advocates and mentors have been men, but I'd have to say there have been a lot, and there continue to be quite some phenomenal female mentors in my life. Who have helped me work through a lot of challenges over the years, balancing professional and personal life. I'm also a founding member of the Newfoundland and Labrador chapter of the Women Presidents Organization, and I got to say, I'm surrounded by quite a group of very accomplished entrepreneurs who are an absolute inspiration to be around. I'm quite fortunate to have a lot of phenomenal female mentors and role models. And though we're all really busy, women entrepreneurs, they have to take the time to help other women in business and share. I think it's it's so invaluable. And as busy as I am, and as much as I have going on, I do take the time to do that. And I have a couple of people that I spend quite a bit of time with. But also, full disclosure, my staff are like 99% female. So there's lots of mentoring and sharing going on a daily basis. So I think that is very valuable as well. And, I often think of the quote of Madeleine Albright when she candidly said, "There's a special place in hell for women who don't help other women."